It's a pleasant Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here. Hi, ladies.
Hello, Mariah.
YK in the building.
Yo.
How you doing, YK?
Many things. They didn't give me food. I begged them. They didn't give me food. Wake up, Nigeria. The whole place is smelling of. And the whole place is smelling of the food. I'm just hungry.
And it's healthy food they made today. Granola cereal, I think.
Anyway, I actually went to watch Hairword.
Oh, wow, on Sunday.
And it was a fantastic production. Fantastic play. It was, I loved every second. I was laughing. I was rolling. Sometimes I will look at my partner and say, you see. So all the men were now feeling very funny.
Are you serious?
The women were in their element.
Wow. Are you serious?
You missed it. You should have gone.
But they're going to be showing it again?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
Hopefully this time around they will, I hope, and then we'll go. I saw just a bit of it on Instagram, and I thought, no, I missed big time.
So how are you doing, Nima?
Nima is a bit low this weekend and into the week. But my son has been able to cheer me up a bit because now he does the hello. He thinks he knows how to use the phone. And it's really, for me, it's cheering seeing him discover little things stage by stage, yes.
Fantastic. Good. Yellowfish, how are you doing?
There's yellowfish and yellow pawpaw. Which is she?
She's yellowfish. What is yellow pawpaw again? Okay, Esther. Who's yellow pawpaw? She's yellowfish.
Yellow pawpaw.
Yellowfish is fine. Like I had, after several meetings over the weekend, I have breakouts all over my face. Like distress. It doesn't have part 2, And but I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm excited about the board game tournament coming up, and it's interesting to see that a lot of people, just truly want their children, to win something nice for them, and that's the whole idea. Let them come learn sportsmanship and see how they can, add some colors to their.
That's fantastic. That's good. And I hope it continues.
Yes, definitely. But the good thing about this is that after we are done with this one, we start planning a year ahead, because sponsorship is really, really tough for especially this, because this is a maiden edition.
Right.
Yeah, but we're getting there. We're almost there.
Well done.
That's my own problem now.
Sponsorship for celebration.
Gosh.
But you announced on radio that Lagos State government has finally agreed.
They are not giving us money. I'm very sad.
All right.
They promised.
Okay.
But I have to go for the Notting Hill Carnival because we're part of the Notting Hill Carnival, and the funds have
in August, right?
Lagos State
August. Oh, wow.
Lagos State is supposed to sponsor it, and
wow.
My head don't. In fact, see how my hair is white.
You're right, Wake.
Me, I have pimples. Your hair is white.
Let's take a break now. When we return, we'll look at the front pages of the newspapers. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Anambra massacre. Man loses wife, baby, and uncle. My brother's wife was cuddling her baby when a bullet pierced through her back. The bullet killed her and the baby. Police seek Interpol's help. 3 suspects held. Picture here of protesters invade villa, demand medical panel on Buhari's health status. Atiku asks federal government to arrest those behind the anti-Igbo song. Soldiers stab Ogun trader over 40 television fleas actually. Buhari's wife returns to London 3 days after her arrival. Kidnappers waylay Lagos-bound bus, abduct passengers. Court orders permanent forfeiture of Diazani's $37.5 million mansion to federal government. And 10,000 youths, including Lagos pupils, abductors, to protect pipelines. NNPC owes oil firms $2 trillion in cash calls, says GMD. Lots of stories here.
Yes.
Let's take the protest in Abuja. We see Charlie Boy here.
Charlie Boy.
Our Mumu don't do. And they're demanding that.
There's also a picture of someone in Abuja House in London.
Yes.
So they protested not just in Nigeria but also outside the country, protesting that the president has been away for too long and giving him a 90-day ultimatum to return, or resign.
Like invoking the Constitution section 144 subsection.
Unfortunately, that section does not put a limit to how long the president can be away on medical leave. Right. What is provided for is for the FEC to notice his absence maybe on medical reasons and raise a medical, a request for a medical panel to be put together by the Senate president. It's still totally out of the president's control. Yeah. And what the Constitution has provided for is in the hands of other people.
I think, for whoever, because you see, that's why I'm not a fan of going out on the streets to protest. Because already the laws that we have on ground, any smart person can just, wiggle your way out of any situation in Nigeria. So for our protesters, I applaud what they are doing. Yes, it's commendable. But the thing is, they should protest more for change of our policies, so that certain things like this will not even happen in the first place.
I guess the process is not only just about the soil change. It's also letting people know that, listen, we are demanding to know what the status of our president.
I don't think they gave him a 90-day ultimatum. What they said is he's been away for 90 days, yes. And it's too long without us knowing
what the health.
Let's move on to the nation. Church killings, it's all gang wars, says governor. Buhari won't resign, says presidency. Diezani loses $37.5 million Banana Island mansion to federal government. CBN lifts forex market with $195 million. Osun spends 51 billion naira on salaries and pensions. Arewa, Igbo joint panel fails to call off quit notice. Aruna Quadri eyes first Nigeria Open title. Right. So, should we take the church killing or Diezani here? Who has a story?
Anyone? Which one?
Both stories. Church killings, because the federal, Oshibajo was saying that in another paper was saying that they will bring the perpetrators to book, and then that they condemned the killing. Murayo, I didn't see anything concrete that he said.
But they've arrested 3 already.
Yes, they've been arrested, yes. But you see, there was nothing concrete. We keep hearing these stories all the time that they'll bring the perpetrators to book and all that. We should stop making those kind of statements.
No, but they're working on it. This happened over the weekend, and very sad as it is, but they found they've been able to get the right figures of number of people that died, and the figures of injured people have risen from 18 to 40, and 30.
And number of deaths from 11 to 12
to 13 in Punch.
Okay.
And an eyewitness was recounting in this story that he lost 3 family members: an uncle, a wife, and a baby toddler that she was carrying. This is sad. We should condemn the whole, drama, because according to Obiano, this was a gang war from South Africa to Nigeria.
That brought it to Nigeria.
Yeah. Some people are saying because the proceeds for building the church was gang money, that's why they brought it to the church. And that's where I have a concern. All religious bodies, not just the church now, because there's something in Islam called haram money.
Right.
But we see our religious leaders not questioning, funds, wherever they come from, they'll take it, you're giving your mo, people start to worship money.
Right.
And we see all these religious leaders who are supposed to be the ones saying no to these monies, praising these people.
But how would they have done it?
It's not only church leaders, it's not only religious bodies, it is Nigerians generally. When we see somebody with money,
we don't ask questions.
We don't ask questions. He just has money. No matter where the money came from, the person, the money makes you a person.
Your question that how would they know?
Values.
Why do they not ask is what I would say.
All right, let's move on to Vanguard. How gunmen killed my 3 relations. We talked about that already. Paris Club refund. Abuja court freezes bank accounts of Abia Cross River. The restructuring. ACF studying invitation from southern leaders. Aisha off to London for Buhari's return. Dead refineries, reps to summon Kachuku again. Finally, Diezani loses $37.5 million Banana Island mansion and rents to FG. Atiku raises alarm over the Anti-Igbo song as Balarabe Musa, Junaid Mohammed, Shetima react. This Anti-Igbo song, did anybody read?
Yes.
I've not even heard that song, and thank God I've not read that song.
They say it's on YouTube. It's free.
I've not even heard, and I just pray I don't want to hear that song.
An unknown female sang in a 5-minute musical audio clip about how bad the Igbos are, how the ultimatum for them to leave should be obeyed, and how they should leave. They should be separated, that they have nothing, they are farmers. All the detail of the song. Now, I want to quote former Vice President Atiku saying that this is the trend. This was the trend that, you know, the Rwandan
Happened in
genocide
Rwanda, yeah.
started with.
The Hutsis
You
and
know,
the
the moment
Tutsis.
that the president died in that plane crash, someone released a musical saying that I hate the Hutus, and before you knew it, there was massacre.
But is it possible for
You
them
know,
to
everybody
actually
was being
pull
killed.
down that this
It's
thing? Because
very-
the government can actually write,
No, YouTube can pull it
pull
down.
it down.
That's one, and this is government, because the security agents are our own. They should be able to listen to that audio, find out whoever is behind it. Just like we've been screaming, somebody is behind the ultimatum. These people should be prosecuted. They must investigate, and you know, we must have strong actions taken against things like this.
In the song, they had said they have yam. We Igbos don't have. They have groundnuts. The Igbos don't have.
Well, I said, I don't want to hear the song, but I'm happy that lots of leaders are reacting to this, and it's wrong.
It's not just reaction. I'm saying that they have the power to ask YouTube to pull down that song so that it doesn't even spread.
I wanted to take this story.
Instead of waiting. No, we can take in other people.
So alongside the $37.5 million dollars mansion she bought in Banana Island, she also lost about $2 million and 84 million naira in this final forfeiture order that was granted to the EFCC. They had already gotten a temporary forfeiture order with the requirement that the EFCC should, publish that forfeiture order in the papers for anybody concerned or who has interest in the property to come out. And nobody came out. So the EFCC are the ones saying it is Diezani's property, but since nobody came out, we don't want to know whether it's her own.
all the rent that has accrued,
they are all taking it back to the federal government. Yes.
All right, moving on now to Daily Sun. Catholic Church massacre, tales of agony. Anti-Buhari protest rocks Abuja. Court orders permanent forfeiture of $37.5 million mansion linked to Diezani. Battleground too hot for Boko Haram remnants, says Air Chief. Gunmen abduct 16 passengers, driver in Rivers. And Southern leaders Atiku raised the alarm over the Anti-Igbo song. I think it's the same stories.
But this gunmen, did anybody read the story?
Yes, I think they're coming in from Port Harcourt to Lagos. And the men just came and started shooting on the...
They had dropped a fallen tree trunk on the road, stopped, the car had to stop, they brought out guns and took all of them into the bush. 3 of them were rescued, 5 people were kidnapped, but 3 of them have been rescued by the police.
No, that is according to one paper. Another paper said there were
all
16.
That's
all abducted, taken, all of them were abducted, and they riddled the bus with bullets. And another person who didn't want to be identified, a bus driver, says that place, that particular spot is very dangerous
and is known
for kidnapping.
Right, so
that the police should be there.
There are different reports in different papers. So
police patrol should now focus on security instead of collecting. Something.
And they actually recently just arrested some on the highways too. Remember they
Kaduna Abuja Expressway, they arrested them.
They showed them. Moving on now to The Guardian. Buhari's return date shrouded in secrecy as wife returns to UK. Alison Maduke story, 37.5 million naira Banana Island property. How do you buy a property for $37 million? Not naira. Okay. Militants set October 1 deadline to declare Niger Delta Republic. Gunmen attack a commercial bus, abducts 15 passengers in Rivers. Container falls, crushes students to death in Owerri. And government raises team to boost treatment of Anambra attack victims.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes. I want to quickly mention for this, sorry, not the container, this, the president's wife returning back to the UK to go and hopefully bring back her husband. I wish we had a very strong opposition in this country in terms of political parties. I mean, this clearly shows that we do not have...
Did they say she went to go and bring her
No,
husband?
now, she's going back
no,
now.
What her spokesperson said, she just got back on Thursday. She probably came to Nigeria to do one or two things.
And they went back
she's gone
3
back
days later.
I'm
saying hopefully.
They didn't say she's
now
going to bring him back.
Hopefully she's going to go and bring him back. If we had a strong opposition, for instance, that PDP was actually an opposition, like they claim to be, which I think they are not, we shouldn't be having things like this happen. Because if you check the cost of the president, 90 days being in the UK, it's no small money to maintain him in the UK, to treat him medically and everything. We should have political, ideologies that would test of time. What we have right now, we don't have any political parties.
The political parties gone. All of them.
They are all on one table.
APC went, the governors went, then the PDP went. So all the parties are all part and parcel of spending our money to go. This is not, you are not going to Louvre to go and visit. You are going to London to go and visit London. Do you know the amount of money they've spent on this sickness?
I'm just saying.
Okay, let's move on. Our final paper, we can't take it, but let's go quickly to this day. Anxiety envelops Ozubulu as community fears reprisal attacks. Genocide looms. Atiku warns as anti-Igbo, as the Igbo leaders, northern youths meeting over quit notice ends in deadlock. And here is Daisy celebrating her 65th birthday at the Eco Hotel. That's right. Let's take a break. When we return on Hot Topics today, our dear Senator Ben Bruce is speaking, and we must listen. And later on Let's Talk, we discuss malaria. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
So, Senator Ben Bruce, who is known to always lend his voice in matters of grave importance to the Nigerian nation, took to his social media again. This time in 2017, he says, our projected population growth is 2.6%, while our projected economic growth is just 0.8%. We must stop producing more babies than jobs. Now, what are your thoughts on this? It's Your View. The account tweet was the TVC Connect. Please hashtag Your View TVC so we can read your tweets. I don't know why everybody was just commenting on this statement. For me, I didn't say anything wrong in this statement, but Twitter people were just going on and on and on. I'm wondering what is wrong in this single statement. I mean, what I took from it was the fact that, listen, as a country, we shouldn't be projecting 0.8% economic growth when we're expecting that there'll be more babies to feed with this 0.8% economic growth. How are you going to feed them if you're already multiplying by 2.6%? Which makes sense to me. I mean, but let me hear your thoughts on Ben Bruce's views. Who wants to go first?
Okay.
Nima, go first.
I'm sure Ben Bruce is a grandfather. And, you know, for him to sit comfortably, having benefited from when there was a boom, to now give us advice in 2017 when everybody's providing everything for themselves, is why people are coming at him on Twitter saying that you're in government. What you should be doing is, putting measures in place to see that everything can work, that businesses can thrive, that, entrepreneurs can make money, because Nigerians are already used to using their own money to provide for their own electricity.
And he has already responded that he already provided over 1,000 jobs to Nigerians.
That we don't even know how they're paid, because we need to know the payroll. We need to know whether the person
they are going to work.
You
see Silverbird now. You see it right there.
1,000 jobs. How many millions
of
us are Nigerians again? Over 1
He's one person. If everybody does their part.
Morayo is in government. Is in government. Government should make sure that more than 1,000 businesses survive. We were talking last week about, giving subsidy to Hajj pilgrims and, people in government. He was part of the Senate that voted for that $200 naira to $1. What are you doing? It's almost like, you come on Twitter and you talk about things that, are more important to people. Now, an average Nigerian in our culture would not support, putting a ban or something on children, on having children.
But in fairness to him, you understand?
What we can do is have a policy.
Right.
Like they did in China, to limit the number of children we can have, which Babangida's administration attempted to, 4 per family at a time. But it didn't solve the problem, because they did that, people obeyed. Some people did not have more than 4 children at the time, but government still did not improve the life of Nigerians.
He can't solve the problem because he's one man. Talking to the people. One man in Senate. When they vote.
Morayo, he should be pushing a bill like this, right, that has taken everything into cognizance. Something that, a bill that, talks about how Nigerians live, the things that we need to improve, and then add this one to it, and nobody will say anything.
He's faced with people who believe that you must have 2-3 wives, who have like 10 children. How is he going to put together a policy
to limit
that? Who is going to support him? But let me come to Uwa or Waike on this matter. What are your thoughts?
I think I'm with you, Morayo, because he's one person in the Senate. Even if he feels so, it's difficult for him to actually
achieve it,
get the bill passed.
But history would know that he moved a bill.
But what I think is, even if they need to educate Nigerians, like when my uncle was minister, he put family planning in. He was part of the health ministry
at the time.
Yes. At the time. That way, people will be, because you cannot tell me, you can't tell these poor people not to enjoy their lives. And while they're enjoying their lives, what comes out? Pikin.
And the economy is, they don't have money to train the Pikin because
So
there's
it's
no
not their
job.
fault.
So
There no lights, no water.
The more
There's
reason-
only one source of enjoyment.
But wait.
When they don't have lights, they can't watch TV. When they don't have lights, they can't go and do other things. So what is it? They just see.
But inside heat,
Achia, come.
That's it,
Let
that's
us listen. Come. So what comes out? So what they just need to do is put things in place.
okay, well,
Family
okay, I get
planning.
your point, but I think Nigerians must begin to take responsibility for our future. If you understand that we really want this future, really want a better future for our kids, we want a better economy, then you need to start making sacrifices. Part of making sacrifices is to say, you know what, no more children, only 1 or 2, then we should be able to make
They
those
don't want.
sacrifices.
It's not that they want children now. It's that act that brings children. There is an act that brings children. Are you understanding what I'm
There's
saying?
something called something control.
With a
There's-
C.
That is why
It
the
starts with a
government.
C.
Listen, that's why the
Contraceptives, yes.
government has to put family planning into its curriculum.
We already have that. Let's work
You know,
on it.
I really commend what's his name, Senator
Bruce.
Bruce, for whatever he's saying. But I want to give him certain statistics. Probably it will help guide his this thing.
Yeah.
They said 60% of Nigerians are under 35 years old. So it means that we have a population of that 180 million. 60% of that are youth. Now, there's something they call, what they call them?
Human capacity.
Youth bulge. They had that same thing in China, right? Where they had thousands of youths that were idle, they were not doing anything. What China did was to successfully move a huge chunk of people from that poor belt to middle class and average earners. Then in Nigeria today, we have a lot of youth that are idle, not doing anything. If you go to the workshops, if you go to farmlands, we import Beninwans, we import people from Togo, we import people from Cameroon to come and do the job. Now, let me say that if he truly wants to solve the problem of the economy, it is not in reducing our population that will solve the problem. It is actually changing what is on ground. And we have power in our numbers right now.
All right, let me take
so
this
what they need to do is focus on building better vocational schools. And let's start churning out people from vocational schools that will start earning good money.
Okay, so don't just lament.
Don't lament.
Okay, let's take this call. Okay, Chuki, are you there? Oh, I'm so sorry we lost that
Thank
call.
you for helping my cause. Like I said, provide an enabling environment. Like Uwa said, China utilized their youth. They opened what we have today that we call the smartphones. They opened and enabled every youth that was idle at the time to create something, and then created a market for it. We have the population here. We only know how to condemn our own.
But the same China.
We have the population,
the same China
and
reduced.
we don't even reach half of China's population.
No,
China.
before they
We
reduced
have
to
our
that
population
number,
here, we have not
Murayo,
utilized our numbers.
before they reduced to that number, they had created something on ground. We have a lot of people living below $1 per day in this country, and these are youth. Can we start to map the needs of what we truly need for the youth right now? We have a lot of issues. We have a lot of infrastructural issues. Now there are jobs that are just there that we are importing people. Imagine if we stop importing labor into this country. China was exporting labor. They were exporting their youth to other countries to go and earn money. What are we doing for the youth, that the population that's already on ground? It is not for it. The thing that Ben Bruce said is the common thing everybody will say: stop producing babies. That is like the easiest way out.
That's
you know,
pedestrian.
that is pedestrian.
So wait, so you are agreeing with him?
I'm not agreeing with him. I'm telling him that before he opens his mouth to make that kind of a statement, he should go and create something for the youth already on ground. We have plenty of children.
But he is saying he's employing people.
Yes, now.
He says, listen,
In his own capacity.
He says, I am employing. I'm not saying that employment is the solution.
1,000.
It's not the solution.
1,000.
How many people have you employed?
Murayo.
No.
1,000.
Let Auntie 1,000. How many people have you employed?
Murayo, in those days when we had mothers that had plenty children, what were they doing? As they wake up in the morning, all of them go farm. They go and farm what they need to eat. They come back. They were utilized. We have a lot of people idle
here. If I had
here.
access to where he is now, the changes that I will make is not ordinary mouse. And that is why I say that even if he's one person in that Senate, if he does the right thing, history would know.
And
it is not for you to come on Twitter and come and tell us how many children to have.
But they have said that
family planning that you talk about now is even more enforced by the states. And in fact, not all the states, but Lagos State, for instance, I know family planning
call,
is free.
then I come to YK. Morning, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, please.
Okay,
Bernard.
my name is Yeah, my name is Bernard. I think the what Bruce is saying is right to me, my own view. A lot of we have issues in this country. We like giving birth unnecessarily. I remember when I was getting married a year ago, I told my family nobody should force me to start giving birth immediately. Nobody should force me to start giving birth immediately. We should cut down on our population. Our population is too much. There is no job, and a lot of people are giving birth every day. I noticed that the artisans, those people doing roadside mechanic, they are the ones that even give birth the most. Your wife is in the hospital, you're asking for money to pay for hospital bill. So please.
Thank you very much, Bernard. Bernard, that's not my point. Nigerians, yes, there's a part of the government. There's a part of the government to create jobs. But we as a people should take responsibility. Right. The mechanic on the roadside should know that, listen, I'm only earning 10,000 naira or 20,000 naira. I cannot afford to have more than 2 children.
Let me calmly state my point. When you have a house that is burning, right? It is not that time you'll be thinking of. You will first of all find a way to put out that fire first before any other thing comes in place, or before you start asking why did the fire even come in the first place. That is what he is doing. We have a population issue right now. There's already something on ground. Instead of lamenting, I would rather see this glass half full instead of half empty.
Excuse me.
How do we utilize the people on ground? Numbers is power. It is never a what's it called? A disadvantage. It is power.
Have you seen the tweets on Ben Bruce? They say on Twitter, they said that Ben Bruce on Twitter is a lion.
In the Senate House.
It's a
Thank you.
No, it's not.
That is the
no,
thing.
It's not.
No, that's what I read.
Let me take Cletus. Okay. Cletus, are you there?
Good morning.
I didn't say anything.
Cletus, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Hello?
Go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, please. On Ben Bruce's motion.
Yes.
In fact, I support it, but then government have to put things in place to control the overpopulated overpopulation of Nigeria. You understand? So I support Ben Bruce's motion. You understand me?
I agree.
Yes,
Right. Thank you very much.
But then,
It's the same thing that I'm saying, that yes, we have to control the population. They have to, but it's the government that will tell people, because a lot of people don't know about family planning. You have to be
China
that
they are excited right now. They are enjoying, because there's hardly anywhere you go to that you do not see Chinese working.
Yes, so
they have succeeded in carrying down their numbers.
Look, if you go to Alaska, you will see Nigerians there. So don't even say that. Nigerians are everywhere in this world.
We know that. That's a given. That's a given. We know that.
So it's the same as
Benjamin
Chinese.
Sky says Ben Bruce should stop lamenting, but put it into work. He is now in the system. Now Ikoni says, if we had a responsible government, we will see both our population and growth potentials as a blessing, not a curse.
So Samiwa Lawal says, we've not channeled our population explosion into positive direction for nation building. Something must be done.
Well, our population obviously is helping out in the entertainment industry. So we see all the young people dancing and singing and rapping. That's a plus. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're supposed to discuss malaria. We're still expecting our guests, hopefully. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So malaria is a major public health problem in Nigeria, where it accounts for more cases and deaths than any other country in the world. The Nigeria Institute of Medical Research, NIMR, has raised alarm over the increasing incidence of mosquito resistance to long-lasting insecticide nets, that's the LLINS, in 18 states of the Federation, including Lagos State, blaming the new trend of resistance to use of the same reagents on agricultural products. Now, unfortunately, our guest, who is Leko Adelakun, is still on his way. He's not here yet, so hopefully we'll start the conversation, but hopefully he can join us soon. So concerning this nets, because even recently I got a mosquito net, my kids were we're having too much mosquito in the house. So I got a mosquito net. And I was hoping that so suddenly they'll be immune to mosquitoes. Unfortunately, my daughter recently got malaria. So I was like, what's the use of this net? So when I now read this report, they're saying that after 185 million nets been distributed since between 2008, 2003, I think, to 2011, still only 16% reduction in malaria cases. So it's almost as though it's not been effective.
That report, I'll fault it because that's 280 million nets that have been distributed. Not many have been deployed. There's a difference between distributing it and actually the people getting it and using it. Because you find out some of these nets, you end up seeing them being hawked on the in traffic, and these nets are supposed to be free. Yep. So this net, you see them, they'll be selling it in traffic. So I would really fault that this thing. But I would say that instead of even focusing on insecticides or nets, the quickest way to solve this problem is to start to treat the problem. Malaria it breeds
stagnant water.
Yes, it breeds in any dirty environment. Stagnant water. Can we start sensitizing people? To start, because that's the quickest way to get rid of.
Malaria is not today's.
Yes, it's not today.
Because it's not today.
When I was growing up, they used to, all these gutters, there used to be wole, all those people that used to spray the gutters, so there was no stagnant water. Yes. But what you have now is a lot of stagnant water. The mosquitoes breed and then they come in. The net, as Uwa has said, the mosquito nets, they are selling them in the traffic.
That's true.
They are not giving people free. I have bought those nets before. They are not free.
And they're supposed
Except
to be free.
for pregnant mothers.
If you go to the
when you register in a general hospital, for
hospital,
instance, as a pregnant woman, they give you mosquito nets for free, and they are very good. I'm using mine at home. But the truth is what Uwa said. We need to change our lifestyle. Nigerians now, not just government, we need to change our lifestyle because of the floods that happened. We have lots of waters everywhere, but they are stagnant. Drainages are blocked. We are filling up with our waste. Everywhere is completely dirty, and mosquitoes will breed. They'll breed freely. I used to do this self cleaning in my area. I would use engine oil. Used engine oil in the gutters.
Oh, really?
So because it stops them from breeding. Mosquitoes cannot breed close to my house, and I never used to have mosquito problem. But since the flood came, something just keep washing away the engine oil. So I see the futility of having to go and get used engine oil to come and pour in the gutters, and I decided to stop. But now the strength of the mosquito is something else. The insecticides, the pesticides I will buy, they are no longer useful. Exactly. They cannot even work. You spray for 7 hours, 8 hours.
The mosquito will be looking at you.
The mosquito will uproot itself again. And you start hearing
that's why we need this. That's why we hope we can get the doctors to come in. So because I really get worried when I spray the house and still we still
see. That's why I'm saying that, Mariah. You see, me, I don't like what's it called. What's it called? Prevention is better than cure. I do not like medicine after death. Let us start re-engineering our minds as to cleanliness, because you see, the reason this what's it called, malaria would continue to increase and it's on a rise is because it's the lifestyle that we already have. So instead of focusing on trying to create a LNNIS or whatever, let us start to let's clean up our environment first. So are you saying, and see if this mosquito will continue to increase in their numbers.
But 97% of Nigerians are at risk. So it's not, no matter how clean your environment really is, we are at risk in this region.
The region we live in West Africa already makes us porous.
True.
Now, why can't mention the woles? The people who made sure you clean the gutters, they used to do the disinfecting the gutters. Right. We don't have them anymore, and we still have local governments. And this is the region we should, they should be talking about.
Lagos State, they brought out a law recently that all
drainages,
not drainages, outfits like the shrine, nightclubs, offices, they must fumigate. Hotels, I think it's once every 3 months, and you have to have your certificate of fumigation. Right. Now, I think they should not even extend it
even to houses,
to homes.
Let me take this call from Muiwa. Muiwa, are you there?
Yes, I'm here with you.
Thanks for calling, Muiwa.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say that the problem we are having. Yeah, good morning. My name is Muiwa Shinaike from Surulere. Yeah, the problem we really have is tackling the lifespan of mosquitoes living around us. And I think majorly people refuse to look at the problem from the source.
Thank you.
There's a particular this thing in Nigeria now
I know that somebody has that can kill mosquito from the south. So what we're just doing is cutting the trees from the head. We are not looking at the source of the mosquitoes. If the government really want to do this, they should seek for these companies that run this vaccination, this insecticide that kills mosquito without smell from the source.
Right.
Thank you.
I think we need to remind. Thank you very much, Muyiwa.
I even wanted to say that, you see, it's only places like this that certain things pass. In other climes, if you go and put anything on the body of your product to say that this is what it will do, there are people that, yes, there are regulatory bodies that will check to make sure those things are done.
Okay.
Recently, my husband, because we're processing our cassava in the farm, they took it to the lab. It has been approved that, okay, yes, it's good to go. But you see, if not certain people that will just take it upon themselves that, okay, yes, I want to do things right. People, you can actually get away without doing anything and just go and publish things and say, yes, it will do the job. So who is supposed to be in charge of making sure that this insecticide that they have produced, to say that it's working, it will kill? No. Look at all the adverts. Look at all the adverts on mosquito insecticides, for instance. You spray it, they say, mosquito die in second PM. Like that. That's how it works in the advertisement. But in real life, who checks it to be sure that thing is working?
Yes. You see what has happened is the mosquitoes have built a resistance. It's not that, listen, those things used to work.
Right.
Over time, using it, listen, constantly,
yes,
the mosquitoes have built a resistance to. So what they now need to do is go back to the drawing board. Listen,
exactly. That's exactly what the Director General is saying. That we need to find multiple ways of it.
I understand what YK is saying, but I'm saying that those adverts are still running on TV.
Okay, let me take
they are still telling somebody that mosquito will die in 2 seconds. Okay, so who is supposed to be regulating and continuous monitoring?
Let me take this call. Morning, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yes, my name is Nii from K2.
Nii, go ahead, please.
Yes, the previous caller just did a very good analysis. And if you can remember, when there was a Zika virus outbreak in the US, they had research, and then I believe they were trying to they created another mosquito that would actually eradicate that virus. I realized that malaria drugs are the highest selling in the world.
Right.
And Africa is always the selling point. There's always a market for selling point. So they will not eradicate malaria in Nigeria, in Africa, until the Africans actually do a research to eradicate these mosquitoes.
Right, so that's a conspiracy theory. But
no, that's not a conspiracy. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Well, that's a statement of fact, Mariah. Truly, they are the highest selling, and this is where they sell the most.
You know, I'm saying that they will never eradicate it in Africa until
off-the-counter drug. Most people don't even get prescriptions to buy. And we have a lot of substandard Indian produced malaria drugs in the market that everybody is buying. So government too should be looking to this. That what is wrong? What's happening here?
We'll work with some numbers here, because I was reading somewhere in the research that malaria, out of 100 million cases of malaria cases, 300,000 die, which is even more than HIV, which is 215,000. And 11% of maternal mortality, obviously, from malaria. 60% of outpatient visits is actually for malaria. And children between 6 months to 59 months die. 50% of them
die as a result of malaria.
That is really sad.
Yeah, it's because in Nigeria, or even in Africa, or West Africa, because malaria is just like common place, like having a common cold. Malaria. Everybody is.
I just go to the pharmacy, get a drug.
So we don't really take it seriously. But it's actually a serious disease.
Like
if you mistakenly go abroad, answer the phone.
Let me take this call. Angela, I believe. Are you there?
I want to give you my experience.
Yes.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
I am speaking from Lekki.
Hi, Angela. Welcome.
Know this VGC of the quarter of big men is the headquarter of
malaria.
And if you look at their gutters, they don't even clean up their gutters.
Thank you.
And the whole world they hear of VGC. And it's the worst place. The streets accommodated malaria, the gutters, everything in VGC is safe. So the Nigerians said they are not helping themselves to avoid this malaria. Because the dirty and our premises causes malaria too. So So that is my
Thank
view.
you very much,
I
Angela.
wanted to give my
Thank
experience when I traveled to
just saw
London.
mosquito.
Oh, that's not mosquito okay. When I traveled to London, if you see the way the thing hook me, it was God that saved me, because that one they will not even look at you. You look like it looks like a disease to them. They will just go quarantine you straight.
They quarantine you. There is this Oyibo that when he left Nigeria, he had malaria. They quarantined him. He was like there for like 3 months.
I'm
serious.
And they
I'm
started.
serious.
2 months.
He said when he went to the doctor says when they just said that he's coming from Africa, Nigeria, they said
They say they don't
they first
understand
put him
the
in
strain of
quarantine. Then he
malaria.
said you have AIDS. The guy said I didn't sleep with anybody. He said you still have AIDS.
Somebody was saying witty
Tweet
on
me,
Twitter. He says, my mom is a nurse,
My-
and just last week she complained about the high rise in cases of malaria. Most of the meds are ineffective. That's from witty. And somebody says, Prince says, epidemic in Nigeria. This is one business analysts use to enrich themselves. Constant light and clean environments, no malaria. It's the same thing. People are talking about cleaning
We
up
have
our
to take a
environment.
break. I'm hoping our guest, the health specialist, Dr. Lekan Adelakun, will be here soon. It would be nice to have an expert's view on this issue of malaria, because I think, as YK stressed, we make it too casual. We trivialize the strength of malaria.
Yes.
That it kills children. So we need to take a break. And when we come back, hopefully our guest will be here. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So joining us is a health specialist, Dr. Lekan Adelakun. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I apologize for the lateness. It was traffic. I had an emergency. But then the main thing was the traffic on CMT Road here.
Right.
I hope it wasn't malaria emergency though.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, going straight to the point, we heard that a lot of the long-lasting nets, insecticide nets that we have right now have grown resistance, such that malarias obviously are now penetrating and children are still being sick. How true is that, and how can we manage that?
Well, the fact of the matter is that resistance is a natural process because the enemy will always fight back. Like you talk about corruption,
fighting back.
right? Fighting back. That's the same way both the mosquitoes and the parasites are fighting back. It's always been like that. That's why you'd had changes of drugs over time, okay? And it will always be like that.
Okay.
But there are so many things that are responsible for that. And what has happened so far is like corruption is ahead. That's the way the parasites are getting ahead too. You are fighting them, they're trying to keep back. Yes, but largely we have a lot of role to play in that, and the resistance we're getting. One, I can remember very well as a young daughter, one of the first things I noticed that those days, we had some drugs that were reserve drugs. When these drugs come out, we're happy. Oh yeah, this is a good drug that's going to knock malaria out, we'll resolve it. And the wealthy ones amongst us, the privileged ones amongst us, will make that their first-line drug.
Right.
That's where they're going to start. What we're supposed to have as resolve is what they want to start with.
Yes.
You understand? So, and then we have subnormal drugs, I mean, substandard drugs, all these fake drugs that come around. We have situations where people use drugs for, instead of using for 3-4 days, they use for 2 days, they feel better, and they just stop. You understand? So many things are happening like that. And then the fact of the matter is that we'd always had resistant drug resistant strains in Southeast Asia that had always threatened the whole world. It's a major, major threat.
Right.
And we'd always feared that if those ones got to here, we'll have a lot of problems, okay? We have seen that even the parasites genetically mutate, they change to be able to fight. It's a survival instinct for them too.
So what do we as a people now need to do? Now that, because one of the complaints of the DG was saying that they use agricultural regions for these nets, and that they need to diversify or something like that. How do we solve the problem? Because obviously they're getting smarter, and we also want to ensure that our children
yeah, God has created in such a way that human beings He has created us with all the choices.
Right.
All right. Don't let us forget that the God that made us to eat cow, to eat all the things we're eating, is the same God that created the female anopheles mosquitoes to eat human beings.
Right.
So everybody tries to survive.
Right.
Okay, but having said that, all you have to look at is look at the cycle. of malaria. How do we get it?
Thank you.
That's all. And we face that.
From the roots.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, we know for a fact that malaria parasite is transmitted through the female Anopheles mosquitoes. We know where female Anopheles mosquitoes breed, where there is stagnant water. That's where to start.
Okay.
Environment that is not tidy, where you have stagnant water, that's where they breed.
Okay, there's this on Twitter, and people have said it, there's a conspiracy theory that because malaria is from
Predominantly for
Africa,
The West would never
allow it to be
Eradicated.
eradicated because then their drugs won't sell. What do you say to that?
I don't agree to that. There are always things like that. I remember there was a guy, I think he's late now, in the days of HIV, who used to say that it was planted by America for us and all that. There are always things like that which don't make sense. Science is very simple, all right? The thing about science is that it's evolving. At any point in time, we will tell you this is how far we know. Do you understand? And all of them, when you put them down, you can understand them.
Okay, so
We have environment that promotes.
Thank you.
That promotes. In our weather is very good
For
for mosquitoes.
Yes.
And then we have very dirty environment. We have pools of water. We have bushes.
answers your question.
What are we talking about?
Yes.
So you don't agree
So
with
is
the
it the Western that has
Let me
made
let him
Africa dirty?
answer that question.
I don't
That
agree at all.
I didn't say it. I said there is a
Okay,
conspiracy
point
theory.
taken. Let me
So don't face
Nima,
me.
we have very little time.
Okay.
Nigerians, you are used to buying off-the-counter drugs. We treat ourselves. Self-medication is something that we do. We abuse it. How does this contribute to this, resistance that we have today?
Yes. The fact of the matter is that what we try to do, with the idea of rollback malaria, is that once it's an endemic in our environment, it's responsible for 66% of hospital attendance in this country.
Right.
So you get to know when you have malaria. It's all over the place.
Right.
I'd always said that if you took 10 Nigerians from a party, not church or mosque. In other words, they just boogie in, they just enjoy themselves. I took them blood sample for malaria parasites. In about 5 out of 10, you're going to find the parasites. That's what gives us immunity.
Right.
But having said that, the fact of the matter is that what we have to do, all right, is use our drugs well. Once you know that you're having malaria, you have symptoms that you know this is malaria. Everybody does. We have peculiarities. You understand? And it has stages that you can go, the cold stage, the hot stage, and all that. Once you know you have malaria, go and buy what is right, ACT, which is global. This is what ACT up till now is still the gold standard.
What's ACT?
As artemether-based combination therapy, artemisinin-based combination therapy. It comes, but artemether is the one metabolite that is most popular. So we have artemether with another kind of drug.
Okay.
All right, buy it and use the way
Completely.
it's supposed to be
for the
used.
number of
Drug
days.
compliance. Go to the right place, buy the right drug.
Right.
Go to the right pharmacy, don't
Right.
go and buy substandard drug,
Right.
and then you use properly, because
Right.
if you cut it within the first 24 hours,
Right.
you get the best result.
But I want to ask a question quickly, because we're also talking about who holds all these people accountable. For instance, the people producing the drugs, the people producing the insecticides, who holds them accountable
To ensure that
to
they
ensure
clean-
that what they write on the
actually
pack,
clean. So before
that
it
it
came in-
actually, it actually is what it does. I mean, it's doing the same thing that they say it to do.
Well, I'm sorry I must say this, but Nigeria is virtually a jungle. That's the truth. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. We have laws. We have laws. We are not short of laws in every sphere of our lives. Okay? We are not. It's not shortage of laws. It's the enforcement of the laws.
Exactly.
That's always the
So
problem.
the guy advertising
So-
that the insecticide will work.
Like
there's
the
nobody
other
Yes.
guy driving on the
Yes.
express in the opposite direction.
Yes, no, the
Nobody
opposite
will
direction
catch
and they go. Nobody goes. I mean, everybody clears, even they abuse
Unfortunately,
you and all
yeah.
that. If you
Unfortunately, we have to
handle them.
round up.
So that's basically what it's all about.
Fortunately, we have to
So we
round up. We
should
don't-
let's round off with the right things. We should maintain a very clean environment.
Important. That's number one.
We have to round up.
You know what they
unfortunately.
say? Cleanliness is next to
Godliness.
That's all we can take on the show today. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.